Hi team, welcome back to the Track House. Today we've got a couch to 5K session. It's a 25-minute session in total, but the actual work is going to be 20 minutes. And let's get moving into our warm-up and I'll talk you through it. So 5 minutes, nice and easy. It's a walk-run session. So I'm going to start with a nice, casual, easy walk pace. And I'm just going to build that up a little bit as we kind of get into it. But to talk you through the session, after our 5 minutes, we're just kind of easing into it. What we're going to do is we're going to alternate between running and walking. And we're going to do 1 minute running at any given time. And then we're going to have 1 minute recovery, which is going to be our walk. However, what makes this different is that every other time we come to that recovery, sometimes we're only going to have 30 seconds. So ultimately, think of it this way. 1 minute walking, 1 minute running, 1 minute walking, 1 minute running, 30 seconds walking, 1 minute running. So every now and again, basically, the time that you get to recover is reduced. That's going to help us build up our aerobic ability as we kind of work our way into ultimately achieving the goal of running a 5K, which can take, 40, 45, 50, up to 60 minutes. And these are the little things that are going to help us graduate from just having to walk almost the entire time to walking and then eventually being able to run and hold that jog for a longer period of time. The nice thing to remember as I just gently start increasing the pace on the walk, it's always interesting to think about stride length, how the foot is landing. Those are two of the really important things to kind of focus on and think about. On the walk, you're nice and easy. Still try and engage and tense that core, especially on the warm-up. And because we are warming up, and when we're actually kind of in the session, you kind of think about it a little bit less and you kind of just have to do it, which is fine because that's the plan. It's like we just want to get it, we want to get through it, but we want to do it well. But when we're warming up, let's think about rolling off the whole foot. So using the entire foot, and as we warm up and we're keeping that stride length, I'm just going to increase the pace a little bit after the first 2 minutes so that it's my foot turnover is a bit quicker. Nothing too crazy, still going to keep that walking pace. That's the whole aim. Alternate between walk and a little jog, walk and a little jog. And when we get into the session, those little jogs are going to be very much needed and they are going to be our recovery. So kind of find or work your way into a nice kind of comfortable walking pace now, especially during the warm-up. The one thing I am going to ask you to do for about 30 or 40 seconds is really shorten the pace now, or you'll shorten your stride now and pick up the pace. So you're doing tiny little steps and you're on the balls of your feet. So you're on the kind of midfoot towards the toes and you're just kind of like tiny little steps. And what we're trying to do is activate the calves, get those calves muscles moving, put some pressure and body weight through the Achilles, some of the muscle groups that are incredibly important, not just for running, but also for the walking phase as well. 3, 2, 1, back to a walking stride. So in actual fact, as you can probably tell, or if you are watching this on a treadmill, the belt speed doesn't change at all. It's just the speed at which you're turning your feet over. And that's what we're going to kind of focus on today when we come into this kind of walk run. We are going to change the speed a little bit, or I'm going to encourage you to change the speed a little bit. But ultimately, we want to see a distinct difference between walking stride, nice and tall, chest up, arms moving nice and purposefully, and then that little running stride where the steps shorten, your stride length shorten, the footfall the turnover increases. So just a heads up, we're getting near that 1 minute warning. So we're 4 minutes into the warm-up. We have 1 minute left now. And then in 60 seconds, we're going to go into a gentle jog. So again, don't change the belt speed, don't change your speed, but change that little foot turnover. Move your arms a bit shorter and sharper. Land on the middle of the foot, engage the calves. Quads start working as they start supporting you when you land. And then relax back into that stride, that walking stride. Nice and easy, nice and comfortable. I'm going to do it one more time for 10 seconds. Not changing the speed at all. Short little steps, little shuffles, that little creep towards the fridge in the middle of the night at a bit of a pace. That's what we're looking for. Soft on the feet. 3, 2, 1. Walking stride. 15 seconds. We're going to encourage you to increase your pace ever so slightly and hold a run for 1 minute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into that little slow jog. Nice running pace. Just gently ease up into it a little bit. Start breathing a bit more. Arms start doing the work. Engaging your core. Foot turnover is just going to increase a little bit, a lot actually. That kind of number of steps you're taking per minute is going to increase a lot. So the main thing to focus on today is the difference between your walking stride and your running stride. That's 30 seconds. We're going to take a 1 minute walk break after our first one and just listen in to just follow instructions and you'll be fine. You'll make it through the next 20 minutes. 15 seconds to go. Thinking about landing on the same point in your foot, which is super important. And then we want to try and keep that consistency. So if you start at a certain pace, try and hold that for the whole minute. 3, 2, 1, back down to walking. Nice stride. Walking pace, walk runs. The walk is when we want to really focus on our recovery. In this instance, our recovery basically means getting as much oxygen into our body as possible so that when we start running again, our heart rate is nice and low. So just breathe in, breathe nice and deep, draw the air in. Just because you're not running doesn't mean you don't have to focus on your breathing. 30 seconds of this recovery to go. And we do another 1 minute of a jog. Focus on those nice big breaths. Draw the air in nice and deep. Nice. 15 seconds before we go into another 1 minute jog. Breathe nice and deep. 10 seconds, and we're just going to shorten our stride again. Arm movement's going to come back in. Relax the shoulders in 5, 4, 3, 2. Pick that pace up just a little bit. Back into that short little running stride. Foot turnover increases. Trying to land on a nice middle part of the foot. You're not rolling all the way that big stride anymore where you're landing really deep on the heel. Try and shorten the stride length. That should naturally mean you land on a different part of your foot. Focus on that. Focus on keeping your foot turnover. Now you're going to have to breathe a little bit harder. Breathe it in. Be a bit forceful with it. Focus on it. That's 30 seconds of this one. The interesting thing is now is we only go into a 30-second recovery. This is what makes it a little bit difficult. This is what kind of changes it. This is the nuance to this run walk session. Keep working. Soft shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Don't hold tension just because you're starting to run. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Back down to a walk. Stride opens back up. Probably are landing on that heel now and that nice big walking stride. That nice arms are nice and purposeful. I'm really getting into this now. But the rest, I've only got 20 seconds on this one left of this 30-second recovery into our 1 minute jog. Big breaths. Keep moving. Don't stop. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2. Start the turnover. And 1. Let's get moving. Footfall. 1 minute little jog. Footfall increases. Speed back up. Arms. Work the arms. Little tense to the core. Landing on a different part of the foot. Keep working. Give yourself something to concentrate on. Whether you're looking at something in the distance or whether you're outside. Just find something along your path that you can concentrate on. Don't concentrate on something that kind of disappears past you so you end up looking behind you. Something in the distance that you can focus on and just concentrate on breathing. Nice and easy. 20 seconds left of this little run, and then we get our 1 minute walk recovery. And those 1 minute recoveries, well, it's 100% more. It's twice as long. So you should really make the most of this one. 5 seconds or so to go. 4, 3, 2. Slow it down to a walk. Open the stride up. Keep moving forward. Keep that stride. Don't kind of slow it down to a like a lumber. Don't try and just kind of stop completely. Try and keep the forward momentum going. But you've got a nice walk. It's purposeful. Maybe you want to relax the shoulders. Drop your shoulders down, roll them off a little bit. This one, we have a 1 minute recovery. Back into our 1 minute run. Nice and easy. Focus on your breath, because that's what I said. These little walk recoveries are to help you recover your breathing and a little bit to give your legs a rest, but we want to keep moving forward. This is your 10 seconds warning before we go into another minute. And then again, we only get 30 seconds rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, build the pace. Arms come up, pick your hands up, drive your elbows backwards and forwards. Focus on what part of the foot you're landing on. Roll off that big toe. Breathe it in. Hopefully you're somewhere enjoyable, or if you're not, disappear to that place in your head where you're like, oh, this is enjoyable. Somewhere, go to your happy place. I'm not sure where mine is, but it would definitely be warm. It'd be a nice balmy 21, 22 degrees. That's where I'd want to be running. Keep working. Your breathing will start increasing. The breathing rate will increase. You've got 15 seconds to go. You'll naturally find yourself breathing more often. Allow that to happen. Keep those deep breaths. 10 seconds to go. Arms going to work. Landing on a different part of the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow back down to that walk. 30 seconds this time. Use the walk as a recovery. Nice. The shorter recoveries, you get a lot less time. You're almost straight back in. A little 30-second walk. It's kind of not enough, but that's going to make us aerobically more fit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to pick the speed back up, back into my jog. Straight away, arms are working. That's the first thing that happens. Arms are going to start moving the feet. Nice and gentle. Hold this for a minute. Nice and easy. Speeding up the foot turnover. So your cadence is going to increase. Just taking a lot shorter steps this time. You're breathing a bit deeper and you're trying to relax into it. Focusing on something as we move forward. Getting closer to our goal. 20 seconds. Hold it. Find your rhythm. Find your pace. Relax into it. 10 seconds to go. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop it down into our 1 minute recovery. Whew. Easy. This one, those 60 seconds recoveries, we get a bit more time. Breathe deep, catch your breath. Focus on getting as much oxygen into your body as possible. I'm relaxing my arms. My hands are down by my side. Still moving my arms backwards and forwards, but kind of let my shoulders relax. Release any of the tension in my neck and my shoulders. Give that little neck a little left and right and loosen that off. Keep that loose. We don't want to bring any of the tension of when we come into that running, when we come into or start our run. Just because we pick our hands out doesn't mean we want to hold tension. We want to let that go. Just something else we're going to leave in 2021. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Up into a jog. Changing immediately the part of the foot that I'm landing on. This is good. This is brilliant. We're halfway through, basically, at the end of this. Halfway through the 20-minute period, which is fantastic. And eventually we're going to build into where we can hold our run phase for a bit longer. And these little kind of walk-run intervals are what are going to teach us and help us to get into that in a rewarding environment. 30 seconds to go. because what we're doing now is we're creating an actual program where we're planning to walk. And 15 seconds, that means that when it comes to when we want to kind of run for a longer period of time, we don't feel defeated by the fact that we have to walk. So planning for it is super important. 5, 4, 3, 2, back down to the walk. I only get 30 seconds rest this time. This is the short one. So fix your pace, catch your breath. We're going to be back in before you know it. So probably just opening the stride up a little bit in this walk phase, walk recovery. 10 seconds to go. Relax the arms, hands come down. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up into that little slow jog. Move the arms, pick your hands up. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. So because we're planning for the walking during this session, it means that hopefully we want to get that positive reinforcement of finishing this session feeling good because we planned for it, which kind of gives us the confidence to go into perhaps a slightly longer session where we had to run for more time. And that gives us the confidence to be able to go in and do that. Whereas if you go out for just a normal run and you're like, oh, I'm going to try and run for 20 minutes, and you find yourself walking, that can kind of negatively impact you sometimes. So planning for it is super important. 15 seconds to go. Hold out, deep breathe, or deep breaths, 10 seconds. Keep working, arms, deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, slow it down to a walk. Open the stride out, 60-second recovery this time. 60 seconds to breathe it in, suck it up before we go again. We're getting this session done. I love it. Love a walk run session. Through all my years of racing and running, anyone that tells you that walking is not involved in running, I'd love for them to tell me to my face without, hand on the Bible, that they've never walked at any period during a run, because it's a part of it. And this is what helps us build up. 20 seconds of recovery to go. My stride is nice and long. Now I'm kind of rolling through that, landing on the heel and rolling through the big toe. 10 seconds. Couple of big breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pick your hands up. Increase the pace just slightly. Landing on that midfoot. Little core tense. Just check in with your body. Make sure everything's feeling okay. Hold it for a minute. Arms are going to drive the legs at this stage. Focus on your breathing. Relax the shoulders. Sink into it. Try and get your rhythm and your consistency nice and easy. Big breaths. Breathing is going to get us through this. 25 seconds of this little jog phase, and then we come into our minute recovery. No, 30-second recovery. My bad. Whew. Nice. 10 seconds to go. Breathe through. 5, 4, 3, 2. Into the short recovery phase. Only 30 seconds. This is the shorter one, but we're going to keep moving. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Keep the momentum. Drive through. Even though we're walking, I've relaxed my hands. I'm rolling my neck. I'm relaxing my shoulders. Just making sure that nice and loose as we come into, the last 6 minutes. 4, 3, 2, up into our jog. That was our 30-second recovery. Not enough time, really, but we're back at it. Those shorter recovery periods just definitely don't feel long enough, because everything's relevant in running. Everything's relevant. Call it a treadmill minute, right? Feels longer than a normal minute because it's harder. So it's relevant. It's relevant to relative to what you are doing. And those little 30-second rests relative to the 60 seconds, it's not enough time. Whew. Okay, We're working, landing on the right part of our foot, relaxing, breathing. Sounds silly to say we're breathing, but focus on it. Nice deep breaths. Get a good rhythm. Bring your consciousness back to your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, into our minute recovery. Slow it down to a walk. I'm going to keep it as a fast walk, this one, as we come into the last 5 minutes. 5 minutes left of this 20-minute set. 25-minute session in total. 20 minutes of walk run. I'm going to keep the pace. And for me to keep the pace, I've kind of really got to keep my arms going now. Might have added a bit too much pace then. Okay, 30 seconds left of this recovery. Sinking through the hips. Big stride. Arms are still working even though we're walking. 20 seconds. 15. Start thinking about it. Last couple of minutes of running. What is it? 2 more. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Back into the jog. Arms up. Shorten the stride. Breathe with me. Then we come into the short 30 seconds. We're practically done, guys. We've got like one more run after this. But we do have that short 30-second rest in between. So keep working. Arms. Now at the back end of this, the later stage of a run, sometimes it's just about getting it done. Sometimes it's just about committing to it. Doesn't matter how you get it done. Now it's just about that kind of effort. Dig a bit deep. Just make sure you keep going. 10 seconds. And then we go into our 30-second walk. 5, 4, 3, 2, down we go. 30 seconds recovery this time. Ooh. And then we basically got one more run. Nice. Oh, we're getting this done. It's just about committing to it. We're late in the game. We just need to get it done now. This is where it kind of, everything goes out the window. It's just about finishing. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me a minute. Come on, let's go. Build it back up. Slow jog. Keep moving. Positive reinforcement. Finish this session feeling good. Finish this session strong. Set your pace. Keep it as a nice rhythm. Nice and gentle. Oh, why don't we make this our last one? Our last minute. And this is going to be a treadmill minute because I'm actually going to bump it on for an extra 30 seconds. So you're going to be the last minute and a half, which gives us a minute from now. And we're going to hold it. We're going to keep working. Then we're going to drop down to our walk. So the last one, a bit sneaky. That's what happens in running. A little bit sneaky. 45 seconds. Now we got a chance to really focus on our breathing. You're like, Max, why? Why? We could be done by now. But no, we're going to hold it for another 30 seconds. Let's go. Keep your foot full, foot turnover, consistent. Arms are going to start driving. Just about making the finish line now. 15 seconds to go. And then it's all done. We'll have a minute walk as we slow things down. 10 seconds. Oh, we've done it, guys. It's your 5-second warning. 4, 3, 2. Relax down. I'm going to slow it right down. Again, recovery, catch our breath. Love a walk run session. Make sure that you take a bit of time to do some stretching after a run, especially the Achilles and your calves. With the running, we've been putting a bit more pressure on our quads. So you might want to kind of grab your foot and bring that up to your bum and do a bit of a stretch. Make sure you do your calf stretches, the hands against the wall, 1 foot behind you, lean into it. Super important to get a few little stretches in there, but dead proud of you for making that session. What we did was kept the running time the same, but every other time we'd half the recovery, and it makes you work that little bit harder, or means that your heart rate can't quite drop as low each time. That's going to make us a little bit fitter. That's going to mean that next time we come to a slightly longer run session, we're going to get through it gloriously, and we're going to get that kind of satisfaction of finishing and doing something really well. So proud of you today, guys. Well done. Thanks for joining in. Call that kind of like a slightly advanced version of the Couch to 5K. I'll see you guys next time.